Isn't it another beautiful, amazing day? One, we are all alive. That's just the beauty about life. It's just to be able to wake up with gratitude. Today, I want to talk about promises. I want to talk about the promises that we keep and the promises that we break. And I want to talk about the three major problems when it comes to breaking our promises. So number one, when you break your promise, you're breaking your word. And when you break your word, something is happening. You are listening to yourself. Whenever you're saying like, yeah, I'm going to do something and you don't do it, you just broke your word. You broke the promises that you said you're going to do. So now a little bit part of your self-worth is just broken. It's not whole anymore. Integrity means whole. So it's not fully whole. The second thing that tends to happen when we have a pattern of breaking our promises, we start to exaggerate. We make things look better than what they are. Again, the problem with exaggerating and making things better than they are, it blinds you from reality. It blinds you from the reality, and you find yourself in a relationship or in a situation where you don't see reality anymore. You don't see the red flags anymore. Why? Because our brain and our mind is so used to justifying, blaming, and shifting the focus from us to everyone else. The third thing that also is a problem with breaking the promises is you invite other people to join you. We invite automatically because nobody wants to be by themselves. So you're going to convince other people to break their promises, break their words. Even says, Mickey, I don't do that. Oh yeah, let's just say you're in a conversation, you're having an actual conversation on the phone, and the person tells you, I only have X amount of time to talk to you, but you push the envelope, you disregard that. And if you agree that you only have that much time to connect with that person, and all of a sudden you break that promise of yours, you tend to also push that on others. You may say, what's the big deal? The big deal is when you're in a relationship and you keep violating, first of all, your own boundaries, your own promises, and then you get to violate somebody else, what happens is it just creates something. The problem with these three things that I just told you about, the first things, breaking your promise creates low self-worth, low self-esteem, doubts, confusion, and fear. That's what it creates. The second thing, it creates denial, justification, rationalization. And the crazy thing about that, it creates a lifestyle of broken promises. We all get used to a lifestyle of broken promises. So if I'm used to having a lifestyle of broken promises, I have a relationship that have broken promises, I have a career that has broken promises, people are breaking their words, and I'm just okay. Because you get used to whatever your lifestyle is. The problem doesn't go away, actually. The problem does not go away. So 3 quick solutions before I wrap this thing up. Number one, it might be simple. Keep your word. Keep your word. Now, it's hard. I mean, just try for one day to keep your word. I mean, it is hard. Actually, you don't know how hard it is to keep your word until you actually focus on keeping your word. Like, okay, if I said something, I'm going to do it, right? So try that for today. Like, okay, whatever I say, I'm going to keep it. I'm not going to break what I just said, okay? So try that for a day. Just don't judge yourself. Just see it, what happens, okay? Second thing, be honest. Face the truth with faith versus fear. Face the truth. What does that mean? When you're looking at the truth, the reason why we justify, we rationalize, and we do all those things that I just said is because we fear that, man, what if somebody finds out about the true me? What if I'm not good enough for this thing? So we start to break our word, we start to lie, make ourselves look better in fear of being judged. But what does that do actually when we lie and we put ourselves to look better? Guess what? You go even deeper into that rabbit hole of lies, rabbit hole of compromising, rabbit hole of breaking your promises. And the last thing I would say, so number one, keep your word. Number two, be honest with faith versus fear. And then the last thing is take inventory. Take inventory of what needs to change in you, what hasn't changed, and what is getting worse. And also look back at the growth. How much have you grown? You know, it's interesting when you do that. I've done this recently because at the end of the year, you kind of want to have an inventory of what's going on with you, what hasn't changed, what needs to change, what needs to grow. You want to do that because you don't want to repeat next year, right? The same way. So if you're able to answer those questions, you will see a pattern. Once you see that pattern, then you could attack that pattern. Because if you don't ask the question, you won't be in reality. See, there's a saying, numbers do not lie, feelings do. Very true. Sometimes I feel like I'm doing better than my number shows. Sometimes I feel like I'm doing less, but my number shows I'm doing way better. So remember, track everything. So that's what I wanted to share with you. Again, thank you for watching. Please comment and share. And then hopefully this has helped you. If you're ready, just put on ready. Then I'll reach out to you. I'll connect with you on starting to walk that. Some of you have taken that path. I know some of you have taken that path because I know I'm coaching you right now. And I know how great it is. Don't you wish you've taken that path a long time ago? So I'm talking to those of you guys that haven't taken that path and are going through some low seasons. This might be a message to your heart from you. It might be an invitation of healing. All right, take care, guys. See ya. Bye-bye.